Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we are going to be getting the new struts on, the new steering rack and the brakes. So spoke to Comp Brake, and now we know what we've got to do with the brake bells, what they've got to be talked to, so we can now get on with that. So let's get right into it. So here we are just taking off the old struts and the steering rack, because we're replacing both of them, and just getting rid of the old bits. We've made up all the new bits anyway, so we can crack on with that now. Yeah, tonight's just going to be a case of getting together, getting the old stuff off, and then putting the new bits on. So will be good, hopefully. We've made the brake caliper mounts. We've spoken to Comp Brake, who made our discs, and they are have told us the torque settings that we need for our brake bells, so we can get them all back together. And hopefully we'll have the new front end or front suspension mounted tonight. We went with Gaz Gold front struts for the time being, so they should be better than the ones we've got in the car anyway. Go. So let's let the car down, and we're going to get this strut off now, and then we can look to get the steering rack off. We're going to swap the wheel bearings, replace them, and then I think that's about it. So go and get the new bits on. So this is the old one off. Now if I take you over here, you can see these are the old ones, and we need to replace the wheel bearings because we are keeping these hubs and putting them onto the new struts that we've got. So that's probably going to be the next job now, and I'll crack on with that. Alright, so let's just get this hub apart so we can put the new wheel bearings in. Now this came off earlier, so that's why it's not tight, as I had to go to Burton's and get some new wheel bearings, and we just wanted to make sure we had the right ones. So we'll take this apart, get the hub apart. Might need to put the phone down for this one. Yeah, one sec. Right, so hub is off, and as you can see, it's pretty manky in there, and it's got a lot of play. So just going to do the same to the other side now, and then we will be back. Right, so this is the other side. Got the split pin out. Now let's try to. This is the cover. Off. Let's try and get this out. There you go. That's easier. And again, let's just undo this. And then again, you have to put the phone down whilst we get the hub from the strut. Right, so again, it's pretty manky. It's going to be replaced anyway. So, oh, there we go. So that's off. And now we can change the bearings and put them onto our new struts from Gaz. So they're looking brand new, looking good. And as you can see, they're going to be going in. So we've got the bolts for the front, for the tops in there. It's going to take a good shape now, hopefully. Right, so here I'm just unbolting the steering column from the steering rack, so we can then get that old steering rack off, and then we can start cracking on with the getting the new steering rack mounted and building it back up together. So we need to undo these now. Right, so a quick update. We have had to modify the steering rack mounts, because as you can see on the new one, it's actually got different mounting points, which is a little bit odd. We thought we'd got the same one, but it obviously isn't. I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but this was our old strut and it doesn't dampen. So I can pull it back up, whereas the new one's a lot better, so they should make a big difference. So I need to get the wheel bearings pressed in, the new ones, again get the hubs onto the new struts, then we can get the brakes on. Don't know if we'll get around to bleeding it up today, but steering rack on obviously, and then hopefully. Right, so at this stage we've had to modify the steering rack mounts. We weren't expecting it, to be honest. We bought the new steering rack expecting it to be the exact same as the old one. Well, it wasn't. The mounting points were quite drastically different, to be honest. So, same width apart, but different bolt spacing, and it was just completely different, to be honest. So, Dad's made the new mount and he's just welding it on, and we'll get this bit on and then we can start mocking up the new steering rack into it. But what we've got to be careful of is making sure all the geometry and symmetry is right, because we had an issue with that before and we don't want to have it again. Quick update. It's not all gone to plan, unfortunately, as you can see. The new steering rack is on, but we've had to mess about a lot with the mount. So I think we're not going to be able to get the brakes or anything like that on tonight, but hopefully we'll get on with that during the weekend and then go from there. Right, so we didn't film the other side, but here is basically a run through of us getting the new struts on. So this is the passenger side. So Dad's guiding it into place, getting the wishbone on at the bottom, and then I'm just guiding it up to the top mounts, so that then we can lower the car onto an axle stand. That'll push some weight onto the wishbone. That will help us guide up the strut rather than trying to force it up, and it will also keep the wishbone in place. So Dad's going to do the wishbone nut up now, and then we're going to guide it up, roughly set the caster and all the geometry, but we're not going to worry about that yet, as it's all going to be properly adjusted to a spec at a later date when we go to test it. But at this stage it's not critical. It's getting a lot later than we sort of expected it, and we just want to get on with it now. So we need the car to be put back together so that it can be steered out of the workshop, as obviously it's in Dad's workplace, so we can't just leave it there and then he can't get other jobs, customers' cars in and stuff like that. So we need to be able to roll it around. So at this stage we're just going to crack on with it. It's about 11 o'clock or so, I think, and yeah, let's just full steam ahead now. Right, so we did stay later, and we've got both sides of the struts on. I'll picture them up now. I got the brake calipers and discs mounted, so that's good. So again, another photo up now. Obviously it didn't go to plan. We was hoping to even bleed things like the brakes and all that up, but overall it hasn't been a terrible night. We did get bits done, and we're going to crack on, finish the other bits up. Now I will just say some of the bolts aren't staying in there. We're swapping them for the proper bolts. These are temporary ones. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, let me know and stay tuned for the next one.